everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. Look at this. It is a blank page. And there's two of them. So this is the middle of my journal, and I left it blank without doing any colors on it because I wasn't sure what colors I was going to use. But I had the idea I wanted to do some pockets. So I thought maybe if I cut this on the diagonal and then, well, would that turn out right? Well, that probably won't turn out right, but I've got two. So maybe I'll tear it instead and tear it instead. Maybe I'll do that. And I thought this would probably match. Not so much all the flowers, but I think the colors of this I can get away with. Otherwise it'd be too flowery, and that's what I'm just thinking. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do. Here's the little cascading envelopes I made earlier. So it's kind of a fun challenge, just seeing what you can do with a page and, you know, turn it from a blank page into something pretty. Let's see. I don't really want a straight edge, but if I put lace on it, then it'll work. Okay. Sometimes doing that first step, I get a little, well, how do I want it? I'm going to go with the tearing. Go away, my little chopper friend. All right, I'm just going to tear it. I wanted a more natural look versus, you know, the sharp cut look. So that, now if I was putting a pocket up there, that would match. I just can't imagine putting a pocket up there and things sticking. But I have seen that, and I wanted to try it, so hey, I'm already changing. So I am going to just kind of tear this up a bit and put this in the background. Then I'm also going to, you know, distress around the edges. And then I'll probably do a little design stitch. But I'm going to do all that off camera because I know that gets long and drawn out. But that is my plan, and we'll be right back. Okay. So, of course, I inked around. I did a little extra stamping with my script stamp and a little swirl thing. And I sewed. Normally I would have like sewed straight across, but I wanted to kind of break it up. Even though this is the middle, that's just the way I went. And I noticed this little spot got unstuck. There we go. Stay where you're supposed to. So to cut down on some time, I went ahead and picked a couple of things that I thought I might like to add to the pockets. Oops, got some Vaseline on you. Okay, so I'm just going to start with tearing around her. I don't need where it says something about my Valentine. I just want her. And I might get rid of some of this other blank space, because it's just blank and I don't need it. And we're going to ink her up a bit. Sometimes that helps me. If I do it first, it helps me to see things the way they're going to be. And it helps me plan better. So what I normally like to do is if something's going straight, put something down horizontal. So I've got some of this. It's just from a DigiKit. And let's see how much we want. Let's try this. Oops. I don't need all of that. I don't need all of that. It just, when it's a wonky shape, it's just cooler to me. Let me go ahead and ink it up to see if it stands out enough. I don't know. I think it has a lot of blank space in it. But that's also okay, because then I like to come in with like a little piece of ephemera and see what colors will match, what'll be pretty. Oh, whoops, you just pop right out like you want to. That could be cool, you know, that'll take up a lot of space back there. And then she can also rise up a little bit. Rise up. Okay, I'm not gonna sing. I don't know who's that. Was that a Springsteen song? Well, that might be cute too. And I just start grabbing and seeing, and I normally don't go this fast, but I'm trying to go fast, you know, for the purpose of this. I usually like to have something down there maybe. Will that blend in too much? Ooh, we've got all these numbers and stuff that I printed out, and they look really nice too. It's just a matter of finding the right color to match. And that matches that. You might not be able to see it, but that matches that. That's a little, it's got the orange and the yellow, and that does too. And then we can always put this up, and even, whoops, a little piece up there. So I'm gonna see how that works. Let me go ahead and ink up some of this. Get that out of the way. And probably doesn't need a whole lot. You definitely need some inking. Okay. Now do I want it? I think I want it that way. That way I get to see some red. And then I get to see also some letters, which I think were cool. And I'm also going to cover some of it up, but at least I still get the different colors going on. So, ooh, yeeks. Now the fun part. I'm trying to remember. Okay, let me just start gluing down, see where it goes. Somewhere around here. And then I wanted you somewhere there, covering up all this space. That way this gets to be seen. I think I'm gonna get a bit of cheesecloth in there to give it some lift and to decorate it a bit before I put the rest on. Ooh, but I can do this and this before they get lost. And then it'll be these little stamps. They come in handy. I mean, you can just use them anywhere. Just, you know, as long as the color is right for you. Whoops. So I like seeing that, doom, 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 you know, it gives a layered effect, so I didn't want to cover it. Squeeze out everything. And, oh, I got a leaker. Okay, so what color do we think will look nice? Do we think, because you're there and you're there, do we need this kind of color, or do we want to brighten it up with the pink? This. So take a look at that. Get that mental picture. And take a look at that. And I really like the way this matches her flowers, and that's what I'm gonna go with. Let go. Oh my goodness. All right, get all out of my way. Put you back on, because I'm going to use, well. Yeah, we want you underneath. I think you'll look better underneath that instead of on top of that. So if we have you there, wow, that's going to cover that. So let's have you there. Okay. Oops. Forgot I already put the needle in. I didn't want to cover a lot of this up, and that's what my thinking was. I can spare this space because it's kind of plain. We don't need to see all of this, we just need to see a part of it. Listen to me, talking like I know what I'm talking about. I don't know, I'm just doing what I like. We don't need to see that. This is the way you should do it. Nah. This is just what my mind likes. And I'm trying to explain myself. There we go. So see, I can still see that. I can still see that. It's shining through. So we're gonna get out my fabric tack. Close this up, put this out of the way. I used to just throw everything to the side and then I never find the scissors when I need it. So now I have it in little containers all lined up there. And I just gotta make it a habit. Put it back up there. Everything gets thrown over here to my left. It gets buried. There we go. Scrunch, scrunch. Let's see if I don't want to scrunch it too much. Let's see. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I am, because I'm in my craft room. Yeah. Boink. So. Yeah, she's straight. I thought about that at the last minute. Is she standing up straight? And now there is space right there for what? Yeah, we say buttons. We can use a button there. Well, let's see, what shade do we want? I love that. Boom, right there on the top. See how simple that was? That doesn't always happen. But when it does, it's like, yippee. All right. I got a ton of these buttons from a place called Buttons Galore and More. Buttons Galore and More. And found them on Amazon, and they also have a .com. And I'm not sure where else. But they had a large selection, and I was trying to get buttons in every color. Because I started out just having like the whites and the creams. Then I went with the browns, because I think I started off just doing, you know, the vintage kind of journals. Let's see what that looks like. And now I've got all these colors from all these beautiful digital kits that I'm using. And then this is, you know, my scrapbook paper that I've had for ages that I'm finally using. I have it sitting right next to me on my table here so that I can see it, and that tells me to use it. Now that's a nice, well, yeah, I think here will be better. Because it's pretty blank there, and that just fits perfectly. It just says, a lot of what weighs you down isn't yours to carry. Yeah. And being an empath, I was taking on everybody else's troubles and feelings. So this really spoke to me. There we go. don't know if she needs any lacing going on, because she's got quite a bit with the stitching. Up here maybe? I don't know yet whether to treat this as 1 page or 2 pages. If I stick an envelope here in the middle, then that will separate the page. So let me think about that, or doing that. Or let me do this with that thought in mind. There you go. My words. Use your words, Angel. I can remember them. Takes me a minute. Alright, this I stained just a little bit. Coffee stained. Alright, stay straight there. All that excess. Yeah, I'm gonna have to trim that. I did it a little bit too close. That's okay. Alright, so that's all for this page for now. Let me see if you even fit on this page. Let me see if I'm still filming. Yay! The other day, it just cut off on me. It filmed like half of it, and I did load it because I think it might be helpful. It was just explaining my thought process while I was doing a little collage or layering. I'm never sure what to call it. Collage is layering, right? Okay, well, that rose is gonna have to go. We don't need it, and we don't need half your shoulder. She's saying, ow! Let's see, because we already have roses there. Although that pink was tying her in, but the pink in her lips tie her in too. Yeah. I hadn't really thought what to do with her yet. My goodness. That ain't gonna look right. Yeah, that's too busy. Here's a little piece already cut out. That goes a little bit. Tear it down. Oops, tearing the wrong way. That'll give me a little bit. Yeah, we don't want that to show. Let me ink it to see how it's gonna look. And when I ink, I don't go careful, like just get the edges. When I ink this way, you know, it's smearing all over, because when things age, gee, I just feel it ages all over, you know, and you know, things get wrinkled. You know, there is age. Look how aged that is. I'm just being silly. But that's just things you can do. You know, don't limit yourself to what you see the picture as it is. Shall we bring out you? You're already out still. How do we want you? Further down. You can be up there. You can be further down. Yeah, that's just not pretty. Let me see what else catches my eye. Maybe something blue to bring out the blue in her hat. And then, that's some washi tape. You don't belong in there. See, that all breaks up the background a little bit. And then I still have room for something there. And let me see if I got a small butterfly that'll match. That just came to mind. Don't know what color we want, so I'm just gonna lay some down, see what I like. I'm looking at this blue. I think it's too dark for me. What does greens look like? Kind of feel, no. I was hoping I had something blue that was the right shade. Here's a different shade. That's not too bad. Get up there. I still feel like something should be there, and we can use another thingamajig. Where on earth? Oops, I put you over in the wrong spot, didn't I? Another little labelish kind of thing. Nope, nope. Ooh, this will bring some more blue in. How about that? I like that. Okay, so we just need to stay before I forget how I got you. But hopefully you saw, I just started with the one image, and you just learn, okay? Put something behind it. What are your first go-tos? You know, like a script writing, letter writing, book page. I thought having go-tos would be repetitive and that, you know, you had to change every time, but that's not right. That was my wrong thinking, because each page is still different with just some of the same techniques, because you have different images, but it's those techniques that are working, and that's what we need to stick with. That's what I'm telling myself. You do what you like. Okay, let me see if I can get this down right. Oh, I'm gonna use this because I don't trust the glue stick now. Okay. So, but that didn't take long at all. You know, as long as you have your things handy, you know what you have. And I know what things make me happy. Okay, I think, oops, I know you go down here, so you've got to go somewhere here. I don't want you that far down because you go off. So somewhere there. And I can also use another piece of cheesecloth behind her to make her pretty too. I didn't think of that yet. Get you before glue gets you. And you were there. Let's get you up here. Were you covering? Yes, you were covering. Okay. Now, before I get these on here, let me see what I have in my blue container. See if a blue cheesecloth might look nice behind it. And if I had it, uh-oh, I've got green cheesecloth. Do I not have any blues? Okay, here's the bluish. All right. Put things where they belong that I can find them. Okay. So let's see how this works or looks. Oh, gotta open it up first. I think she'll look pretty if she has some behind her. Oh, come on. Not uncurling. Okay. Now I'm going to use the fabric tack with the cheesecloth. And since I don't know where she is yet, let's just... Alright, sit down. There. And then I can bring it around a little bit. Let me cut that excess off. There. I think that frames her. That's the word, frame. Ah, frames her nicely. I was wondering what these things do. I kept calling it lifting it off the page, but framing her works too. Alright, now if I can remember where I had you. Covering him a bit. There. Oops. Oops. I moved it. Stay put, Laurel. I want you on top. Well, since it's kind of fragile, I'd rather not put it on top of the cheesecloth. By fragile, this is just copy paper. Some things I print out on heavy presentation paper, some things I print out on cardstock. This is on cardstock. Oh my goodness. It's sticking. I'm going to use the fabric tack just because I got cheesecloth there. Ooey gooey. Now where do you want to be? Right there? How about that? There we go. So, we don't even have a button on there yet. Oh, ooh, sorry. I know that made a lot of noise. Here's my blue button box. And it's just like whatever first one grabs my eye, that's the one I'll normally go with. Unless I change my mind. Oh, that's a nice antique one there. I like the antique one. Some of those buttons are new, but some of them I know I got at the antique shop or Goodwill off of my old clothes because I was collecting wool. And I had a little piece, and I bet you I can't find it. There. I knew it'd come in handy. It didn't look right on the other page I was working on. And let me open this up a little bit. It's starting to clog. So, we want you there. There we go. But I like it. It's like pearlescent. Pearlescent? Yeah, that's the word. It's shiny. It's like my precious. There. Just gonna have to let that sit for a bit. And I think that's it. Unless I want to do a little dot on the butterfly. Oh my gosh, they all stick to me. Get off, get off. Tweezer doesn't always help. Oh, I don't know if I just have my head in view, sorry. Photo bomb. There. So I was able to get buttons and lace and gauze and bling. I don't need any bling over here, but I do need to cut this off. Here, you go over there. And you go over here. There. Then I'll just go ahead and either let them find something to put in there or I'll make one in a little bit. But that's basically the page, the bling. And I was able to bring some blue in, even though there's not a whole lot of blue in this digital kit. It's somewhere. Yeah, I've got blue there. Yeah. I used to be afraid I couldn't, but it's like, you can do whatever you want. Bring whatever colors in. It's your journal. So, I hope you liked that. I hoped, explaining some of my thought process has helped figure out how you can go ahead and layer things, and just give it a try. You know, see what pictures you like of who's done what you like, and then just copy that. You know, I think that's pretty much what I did. I noticed, oh, I like that centered here, and like the way she tucked things in there, and then you just kind of do the same thing, and then don't commit. You know, don't glue things down until you really like it, and you know, change your mind 50 times like I do. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm gonna call this one done, and I hope you enjoy, and happy crafting. Bye bye.